welcome to IC Realtimes IFSEC booth 2012. Today I'd like to show you around. If you'd like to follow me this way, I'll take you through our four technologies. Starting off with analog, IP, hybrid, and HD CCTV. Within our analog range, we have 4, 8, 16, and 32 channels, and anywhere from 500 gigabytes to 16 terabytes. Moving through to our IP range, giving you a 1080p image, we have anywhere from 4, 8, or 16 channels up to 128 channels. Moving down again, even further, we have hybrid. What this allows you to do is to have anywhere from 16 IP channels and 16 analog channels on one system. And finally, HD CCTV. This gives you a 1080p image, real-time 25 frames per second across all 4 channels. I'll just enlarge the image. And you can see the clarity on that. Okay. Then moving further into the center of our booth, or stand, we've got a selection of our cameras. You can see here we've got our IP cameras, there's our bullet, dome box cameras. Coming over here to our HD CCTV cameras. Again, we've got the domes and the boxes. We've also got pan, tilt, and zoom cameras. And then into the analog cameras, where we have a wide range of different options, including license plate readers. And one of our new Viz camera and our new 3V camera with 3 different lenses down one cable. Okay. So that's over here. We've got our eye sniper demonstration. This shows the difference that an eye sniper chip camera produces. If you have a look over here, these central cameras here are Pixum eye sniper chip cameras. If I go into an eye sniper camera, you can see that I've got very good wide dynamic range. The spot in the middle is clearly visible. The colors are all clearly visible, including the opacity. We have no artifacts or sharding going on here, no blooming down at the bottom with these tiny little squares, and all the vertical lines and horizontal lines are extremely crisp and clear. Now moving into a non-eye sniper, you can see there's very, very little color differentiation. A lot of blooming. You can barely see that there's any squares there at all. There's no wide dynamic range, or almost no wide dynamic range. We've got no spot in the center, and a lot of sharding on the sides, or abstraction. Okay, and very, very little color differentiation. And that is our Pixel demonstration. Okay, and then moving on to our software. We've got our touch screen over here. This is basically our control panel software, which allows you to access your DVR as if you were sitting right in front of it. So you can go in and you can interrogate the system, fast forward, rewind. We've also got task option over here, which allows you to have different tasks. So if you have shift work, Bob can come in and he can have the office on the main screen, and then Robert can come in and he can have the warehouse on the main screen. They don't have to reconfigure the screen all over again for each shift. Equally, you can use it to manage your bandwidth. So you remain on second stream, lower bandwidth resolution, until you see something suspicious and you need a clearer picture, and you switch up to first stream, which is going to give you a clearer picture. Okay. Moving down the line, we've got our alarms, which is just going to tell you all the different alarms, including your external alarms, motion detection, video loss, camera masking, etc. Playback. We have multiple channel playback, which is going to allow you to play back up to 4 channels, and if you like, you can even go into multiple locations. So if we go into the UK and we click multiple channels, clicking add, we'll choose another channel, click add, and then going into our Dublin, click add. And then one more channel, let's click add. Okay, so now I choose my time scale. So we're going to go to sometime during the day. and then click search. Up it pops. I make sure my window is highlighted. Double click, and up pop our cameras. Okay, it looks like those bottom two weren't actually recording at the time, perhaps. There we are. So you can see now I'm playing back 2 channels at once. All right, and then closing that out. The next function is our EMAP. What this allows you to do is to customize a map if you have multiple locations, say a franchise or something along those lines. So then you would have a map of the world, or the UK or Ireland, and then you would drill down into the Ireland and UK map, and then into the UK map where we have our floor plan. I'd highlight a screen, choose a camera, double click on the camera, and you can see it's popped up into that window. All right. And then over here we can manage up to 1,000 DVRs, any IC Realtime networked device, excuse me, and up to 121 cameras at once can be viewed. Okay. All of our systems can also be viewed in real time using a mobile app, which can be downloaded from the store. That's good.
0088.
I have to change that later. Okay, just enter the code. I choose the app. There we are. On the iPad, you can choose up to 9 screens. On the iPhone or Android, it's 4 screens. The systems can also be viewed on Nokia, Symbian, and some forms of BlackBerry. If I want to control my pan, tilt, and zoom, simply click on the screen to enlarge the image, and then I can control that pan, tilt, and zoom and move backwards and forwards with either the controls or the finger trace. And again, I can use pinch and pull to zoom and expand, or I can use my controls down at the bottom here. Now, if I see something I don't like the look of, just let that focus in. Say I don't like the look of that, I can then take a picture, and then that can be emailed or SMS'd off to whomever I need to send it to. I can use the bi-directional audio and speak to the people on site, and they can speak back, and it's all going to be recorded onto the DVR in real time. And then I can jump through the different channels within that DVR as well. Double click to come back out. I can view all my other cameras, or I can stop this channel and I can go in, and I can choose any number of DVRs to view anywhere in the world. Okay. So that is our remote viewing software. And lastly, we'll come over to the actual physical DVRs, NVRs, and hybrid recorders and HD CCTV recorders. You can see down here we have our domestic unit. These are completely silent and no moving parts whatsoever, so you can stick them in a bedroom if you need to, and they're not going to keep anybody awake at night. Then we have our 1.5U units and our 2U units, which are all rack mountable, and they have eSATA ports in the back for downloading large amounts of information. All of the systems have a USB port, or at least perhaps 2 USB ports even, both on the front and the back of the DVR, so you can plug your mouse in and still have the USB port at the front, so you don't have to get all tangled up in the back to get your information downloaded. Okay. And that's it. So thank you for joining us here at IFSEC, and we'll hopefully see you next year.